As you may know, I use OBS for all the productions that I've done in the last 9 years. Today, I'll be releasing the code that makes it easy to turn OBS into a very powerful video graphics system. Later in the video, I'll be showing how you can set this up on your own PC as well. Even if you don't know how to code, this package contains everything you need for an easy way to control OBS. So what can it do? Well, I have some examples from previous broadcasts, so let's take a look. In this basketball event, this is quite simple, but it has been rendered entirely in OBS. And everything you see today, there is no browser source or websites running this. It's all native inside of OBS. Now, to further show this, back in 2021, I made a champion select graphic for League of Legends. And as you can see here, there are some very fancy animations yet again done in OBS. Once this player bans, you can see all this comes in. You can see the blur behind along the bottom. You can see the animation of the thing scrolling across. You can put an image here or whatever. And this is all done in OBS. We're going to wait until this player picks something and locks it in. Here we go. Got a rel lock in here. You can see how it's flashing the color. This image is done in OBS and they've locked in as the other person's pick. So now let's take a closer look as I have DrewToot's broadcast that I have done back in 2023. So I can launch a program on this Stream Deck that I've got and click this, and you can see all of this comes in. This is a countdown screen, and I can bring it out just by clicking this, and you can see how all this works. And this is all done in OBS, and it's all updated by a Google Sheet. You can check this out. If I press this bracket button, you'll see now it'll get from the sheet and pull in the bracket directly from the sheet. I can hit this player highlight button, and since we're already in a graphic, it'll just swap the graphic out with this. And I can go back to the bracket, and you'll soon see it'll go back to the bracket. There we go. Or I can just hit cams in, and we'll get the cameras in. I can remove it very easily. I can remove this, and it's easy to remove that. And how I usually do it is it connects to another OBS and just sends the video feed across using Spout 2. And so now I can go directly into the player highlight, and you'll soon see, there we go, player highlight bounce. And okay, what happens if you want to pick someone else? Well, it's very easy because like I say, this is all done in a Google Sheet. And so I can bring this on, I can go select another player, let's pick Nemesis. I can hit the player highlight button on my thing, and you'll soon see there's Nemesis with his player info and the animation for that. Go bring back in the cameras, and it's very easy to do that. So with all of this, what's in this demo scene collection? How can you try to match this quality as well? Well, it is very easy. And so if I go and find out the OBS, wherever I put it, it's here. Let's take a look. This is the demo scene collection you can download by going to the ko-fi.com/Jove620s. I have a post there with all the download links and a package. So you can just download one thing and get all the things you need, and later on in this video, how to install all this stuff. And so here we go. This is the clock program. It's very easy. You can see I've created a text source in OBS and I've called it CTime, and here it is. And this is just a direct source. You can see I can move it around and go on the properties, and you can see just the actual text is updating. It's not reading from a file. It's directly there. I'm just going to discard that. And you can see it's going green because when we check the filters out, there's a little 2 green box that does all this stuff. It doesn't matter because the main thing is, how does this work? How much code do you need? Well, the coding is very easy. It is just this. I know I say it's just this, but trust me, it's very easy. You just need to import a thing that I've made. And this thing that I've made, basically, it uses other people's code that comes with the Python install in the package, but it makes it much easier. Because to connect to your OBS, look at this. It's just OBS connect and the port. You can do some more stuff here, like if you want to change the IP address, the authentication code, and a connection ID, which will be shown later in the scene collection. So what is happening? Well, it's a while true thing. So what does that mean? It means that this code constantly runs. It's doing this, it's doing that, it's doing this, doing that, it's doing this, it's doing that, and then it's doing this again, then it's doing this again. You get the idea. And so, what is it doing? first of all, it is getting the current time. As you can see, oh hey, it's using this little thing, it's getting the current time. And then it's saying, is this current time different from whatever we've just given OBS? And we'll find out, no, it's not. And so we can toggle that to green filter on, and it does it to green. And then here, txtr, the name, C time to the current time. So that's how easy it is to change a source. If I go and stop this, and I just want to prove how easy it is to do something, I can just randomly get rid of all this stuff. A txtr, I can write C time, and I can put hello, right? Real simple. I run this, there you go. So that's that. Now, what else is there? Well, this starts to go into more advanced stuff, and tell you what, I'll try to move this onto here and put this over here. So hot swap, what is this? This is like a lists function thing that's similar to vmix, where we can have one source be a clone of these three sources or anything you want. And so, as you can see, this is the code. Hot swap demo, we're connected to OBS. We're going to change source clone to be the red source. So now this source clone thing is going to be the red source. And okay, very simple. You can see how that's just looping through this, and it's changing which thing this is being. You can have this be set to anything. You go to here, and you can select any source, and it'll become that. Anyway, now something more advanced and something you may be using is a lower third. So I can go to the code here. I've got testing selected, but let's say I don't want anything there. I can press enter and realize for some reason it's not actually going away. There we go. It's probably just reconnecting because I haven't used this for a while. I can type something else in. I can type my name and press enter, and it comes in my name. I can type hello, press enter, and you can see how it also changes this little highlighter as well, just to show more that it can do. And what does that do? Well, let's take a look at the code. It's a bit more advanced, but you get the idea. Set viz, this wants to show or hide something. I know it's getting advanced, but trust me, sit down, look through this stuff. If you want, you can go check out this, and this is all the functions you can call in this document. So you can get scene, that will get you lower third. You can set a scene, that'll set which scene you're on, and so on. So let's further look into this lower third. And by the way, I've got some really big demos to come, so don't go yet. So we've got this tag, I can set something, I can put anything in here, and you can see how that works, or I can get rid of it by doing that. 1, 2, 3, bring it back. There you go. And you can go right click these. If it's yellow, it's got a filter on. This one adds a gradient to it. So you can set this to any color you want. I can make it a green color, but you still get a gradient with that. You see what I mean? So it doesn't matter what color you pick, you get a nice gradient. Anyway, OBS data. Here's a one that gets you some of the inputs of what you can get from OBS. This is just a couple, but you can get a lot more. And so what is this? Well, we are setting this to the current scene we're on. We're on OBS data, and so it shows that. Now I can open up a scene projector just to show you this, and we can pick another scene. There you go. And you can see this number shows you how much you've faded to it. I can move it around, and you get the idea with that. And so now, here's the big question. How fast is all of this, right? You might be thinking, oh, okay, yeah, we're updating some stuff here, cool. What happens if we want to do something crazy? Well, I have a demo for that. And you can run this too to see how fast this runs on your computer as well. And I think it'll run pretty quick, much better than what's expected. So here's the code. You can see it is updating these 5 things with different numbers. It's doing +1 to all of these. And they are updating all of this. And then here, we are saying, what is this, 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 adding it all up, and then we're sending back to OBS the total requests. So we're given OBS these numbers, we're getting back what OBS has for these numbers, and then we're sending back to OBS the total requests. How quick is it? Well, let's run this and see. There you go. Look how fast it's going through everything. If you're running OBS at like 600 FPS, record it and slowed it down, you'll see all of these update insanely quick. And there you go. Quite easy. Now, there's two more things. As you can see, there's two other elements within this. And let's close all these functions and jump straight into it, because these are some of the advanced things. And you know what? Let's start with the big one, which you may have seen earlier on my Twitter, and that is Win OBS. Here you have some instructions on how to set this up, but for me, I'm just going to go to here, and I am going to go to demo Win95, which you can import because all of this code is sent and it's easy to use. So demo Win95, here we go. And so how do we do this? We're going to right click, make a full screen projector like that. And now I'm going to make you see my other screen, as this is me. Sorry for the feedback loop. And we're going to go set it to the main monitor. There we go. So how do we switch this on? Well, we have a file we can run, if you wanted to run the file, called power on. So I'm going to go run this, and then you'll see OBS will switch on. There we go. Now I can run just this file. All these files, by the way, tell you what you need for them to run. So this has the font you need to download, and this has all the plugins you need. This is also on the Ko-Fi link when you go download this stuff too. So now, when OBS MT, run this. This is all done in OBS. It's running. Okay. We can click stuff. We can click OBS remote. We can minimize that. If you load up another OBS and change the WebSocket to 4440, this can connect to and switch between scene 1, 2, and 3, if they're named that. We can run a little window test. We can bring this back up. You can see along the bottom on how these move. We can hide it just by clicking on the bottom too, like that. Boom, boom. We can open up a camera. And you know what? Let's say I want to put me in this, right? Source camera start. There we go. Hello. I am now in the window. I can minimize me. I can bring me back up. And it's just as simple as that. And what else? Well, I've added a game. If you want to play a game, you can run this Flappy Bird game. And you can play this on your own OBS. And you can see how this works. All in OBS. All this is rendered in OBS. The movement of the bird and all that's done directly in OBS. And you can see by right-clicking the bird when you go into your... You can look for yourself, but here you go. So I'm moving around, and if I hit something, oop, there you go. And it'll reset for you to play again. And there you go. That's that demo. You can touch this and do whatever you want with it and see what is happening. Finally, we've got one more thing to go over, and that is Demo 3D. Okay, interesting. What is this? All right, well, I have 3D Art Gallery and 3D Cube that you can run. Let's run 3D Cube. All right, there's my cube. Cool. What can we do with it? We can right-click Camera Render and go to Filters. And now we can just move the cube. You see that? There's a couple of bugs from the corner pin tool that I'm using, but if you know tons of stuff, you can fix it yourself. The code for this is actually ChatGPT wrote, because this is going into like weird vectors and stuff like that to be able to pull this off. But you get the idea of all the things we can do with that. I have these buttons that let you easily animate to which face you want. So face 1, face 2, face 4, face 1. You see what I mean? So I'm going to face 4. You can go to studio mode, go to face 1, and I'm going to add my camera here. So I'll have the virtual camera activate. And hopefully, I guess the Elgato, I want the OBS virtual camera, sorry. There we go, and that's me. Okay, and there's me here. Click cube 1. Oh, I put myself on every cube face, sorry. That's just because here I've got this added to every cube. So you can hide this, you can get some of the faces, and okay, let's go see where I'm at. Am I on the reset up? There I am, I'm down there. Now you can do anything with this. We can grab this and we can go more inside the cube. We can come out and we can go in the cube. And I think if we rotate this, I forgot we're very close here. Maybe if I go 50, then I can zoom in a bit, rotate this around. I forgot there's a way to go inside the cube. You know what? I'm going to leave that for you to find out. But you get the idea. And now finally, the art render thing. Art gallery, we can run this. And this is just a different perspective. And this is more of an actual camera perspective. So oops, I just changed something that I shouldn't have. I can change this. And you can see now this changes your actual camera perspective. You can see how my camera moves around the whole scene rather than the source itself. And so here I can move the camera over here and I can bring it back by clicking this. We can go to the left side. As you can see, we have a nice rotation here. You can also see when we go behind these images, they have like a back panel to them. So if we go back, you can see how it switches back to my camera. We can go left here. So you get a nice movement. And we can go to face one and zoom into me. See that? Very cool. And we can come out of it. This one's quite slow. You can change how fast you want these to run. Or I'll tell you what, we can go all the way to the background and we can run a nice little animation. That does like a nice smooth effect. You can see I'm moving around. This is all done in OBS, by the way. And you can see how this is done on your own computer too. And see all the things needed to be able to do this. Okay, that is that. And so for the download link for all of this stuff, I'm going to, after this, make how to set this all up. So for the download link, I've made a new Ko-Fi page over here where you can download all the things needed along with videos on how to get set up and also updates to anything that I do or even more knowledge. For example, if I go back to OBS in the future, I'm going to go over what does all this mean. There's so much about OBS, all the codecs, what they mean, what's core audio AC, what's FFmpeg AC, what's the difference, why is this delayed, why is this not delayed. There's so much things that I've learned that I want to make it free for people to watch this Ko-Fi thing. There's no paid stuff. Everything is free to use, and I highly want to push free to use stuff. Because just to further go forward, I got some more stuff in my notes here. Oh, there's one last thing I just remembered. Sorry, I'm all over the place now that this has been going on for quite a while. So let's go back to that demo collection. Now, this isn't currently available because I need to go make another tutorial on how to set up Google Sheets, but I also have a demo piece of software that isn't released yet. I'm working on it, but it's very good. What is it? It's this. It's called the Builder. It works directly in OBS. It is a browser source. Okay, now we're in the browser source stuff. And you can load this up on any computer in the world and it can connect to this OBS or any of your own OBSs. And so here, let's take a quick peek at what the lists are. If I go to the hot swap, you see we have a source clone and 3 other sources. And so in the past, how do you change a source clone? Well, you can use the code, or you can drop this down, select what you want, or you can use this tool. I can go to lists, and I can go and select my source clone. I can click on here, and now, you know what? I've just realized one thing that I need to fix because this on the left isn't connected to the port of this OBS, so 1 second. Okay, I'm back, and all I have to do is just this. Okay, and refresh. There we go. Now we can click this button, and you'll have a list of all the source clones on your OBS. So I can either click down here, and you can see how it updates there. It's source clone. Okay. Now I want to add something to this source clone. I want to add the blue source. Add. And as you can see, now it's made a source clone button and the blue source below it. I can go create another source clone. There we go. And let's go select this source clone 2, and I'm going to go add the green source to this. As you can see, now we have source clone 2 and source clone 1. I'm back on source clone 1, and I want to add the red source, and I want to add the blue source. Oops, I've already added that. I want to add the green source. You can see it doesn't duplicate. And tell you what, let's go to source clone 2. Let's add source clone to it. Okay, now we have something interesting. I can move this over here. I can select the green source and source clone 2. You can see this. Source clone, you know, I'm going to move it like this. Dink, dink, like that. Source clone, okay. Be the blue source. Be the red source. Be the green source. Okay, be the red source. Source clone 2 can be the source clone. And now both will follow this. As you can see, you can set up a lot of stuff here. And it makes it very easy. Another feature that this has makes it a lot easier to add data. As you saw before, I had all the brackets and stuff from that Root broadcast. And I didn't use this tool back then. I manually duplicated stuff. But go to Sheets data. And this is with your collection. It contains it. It's just difficult to use because you need to go make an API sheets JSON file and all that with the Google API. And so now I have this Sheets Python, and tell you what, this goes to the Drutu datasheet here, and I am going to go out of this and go to duplicate. You can see you can easily swap up here. And I'm going to click player 0. Okay, now what does this do? Watch this. If I hit preview, down, and then you realize, oopsie, I didn't actually select player 0 because for some reason this, I don't know why it doesn't, but this isn't updating to player 0. So you know what? I'm going to manually put it in just like that and hit preview. Then you know what? Something's broke, so now I need to go fix it because this is real beta stuff. Hold on. You know what? I just refreshed something. I don't know what I did, but I just refreshed something and it works now. So as you can see, actually, I think I know what the bug is. I'm going to quickly show you. I think I have to go here. If I click out, does it break it? Okay, what happens if I go here and I select source clone 2? Does that break it? I don't even know what broke it. It's future Joe to fix. Anyway, player 0, preview. And look at this. You see that? It's added player 0. If I hit off the B, you see this? Look at that. Look how easy it is to duplicate stuff. I can change the direction. I can do this. All right. Now, let's duplicate rank. Preview. See that? You can duplicate, you can move it around, you can pick which side you want. These are quite big, so when you hit B, it adds a border to it. So it'll literally be to the left of the border, as you can see with that. Switch that off. Lower down. You know what? What if you want it somewhere else, but you still want to duplicate? Just move it around. So you can see how that follows, and it's very easy to do stuff there. So I'm going to go put this back to here. I'm going to stop the preview, and there you go. And I'm also just going to switch this on just to show you something else. And now you see here, I create this, think, and I do this. And now I can get rid of this because we don't need it. I can now run this sheets.python file. Run this. As you can see, it'll pull from this sheet and update this stuff. And you can see I have a little hi here and a sheets data over here. Watch this. If I change my scene, see that? It updates the sheet to whatever your OBS is on. I can change this. Hello. And you can see this is updating my sheet. So OBS can push to the sheets as well, no matter what you do. And, well, there you go. That's pretty much it. We can pull from the sheets and go pick another team, low 5, and you'll see all this update to low 5. I can go back to lose in peace, and you'll see it all just updates immediately. And all of this is one API request, one to pull, one to push. And so we're using 2 API requests, one to send this and one to receive. You can have this be, well, thousands upon thousands, possibly millions. I don't know how much you get from a single API call, but it's tons. It's way more than what you've got in all your sheets, most likely. And, well, I think that's it. And now I'm going to go into how do you install all this stuff and get everything you've just seen running on your computer. So I'm on my Ko-Fi link, and I can scroll down. You can see here, this is all the stuff you need. You can download the link for the latest package. I can click this and it'll go to my Google Drive. Yours will work and not do this. That's because I have to fix this myself, but I have the file. And you can also download all the plugins you need here. Make sure you have OBS first. You can go to these, you can go download, and you can select the installer and run that. And there you go. There is also this, latest code files. Here I will make updates to improve stuff. If I refresh this, I've already made one improvement. A little smiley improvement to fix a little thing with the clock, because the version you have, it will say hot swap here instead of clock. So that's a fun little thing. If you want to update that, you can download these and replace it. And so the file is downloaded, and I can go minimize this. Here it is. It's Joe Files. You can click this. You can drag this out. Get all of it out. This contains everything you need. And as long as you've got OBS, you're good to go. You can click Joe Files, and you have all of this stuff too. And I'm going to go into my own Joe Files just so it's easy to go to. So here we go. It now looks like this. And you have JFX files, demos. Here we go. You can import these to your OBS, and you'll end up by going here, selecting your thing, and then importing. Once you're on the demo scene collection, you can go to Tools, WebSocket server settings. You can set it up how it is on my screen. Once this is all done, OBS is set up and good to go. Now, these files, you can see how if we go back to here, we have this python.exe and python w. Hopefully you don't use Python because it makes it a lot easier to deal with this, but if you do, you'll know how to fix this stuff. So as you can see, the JFX Sheets and JFX WebSocket needs to be placed here. I know they're here, but that's just so you can pull it from the, sorry about that, you can pull it from the GitHub page, but you can just copy these out and paste them here to overwrite. So that's all done. I know it's getting a little off track. So now you can go to here, right click, open with, choose another app, scroll all the way down, choose another app on your PC. Now you want to go and find wherever this is. Now unfortunately I'm going to have to manually do this. So I have the C drive, obs2, Python, Joe files, and here you want to hit the python.exe that you just downloaded. When you click that, it'll run. Now mine's set up for a different one, so mine won't run, but yours will. Sorry for the little off-topic thing. So we go to clock, you run the file, double click, click, and then you'll see it do nothing because it's my hello file version. Let me undo that, save, run it again. And there you go. So you double click and it should just run, hopefully. If not, send me a message and we can call or we can fix this. Or I can push another update and fix it for everyone if it gets to that point. There you go. And then all these should work. Sheets will not work because I need to make another video on how to set up the Google stuff. And you can also import the demo 3D stuff. That is to get that 3D cube. And finally, the Win95. This is a big one because there's a lot to it. And there's a lot I had to do to fix it. And so you can see here, made in 2022, using an old version of OBS. And so you can go to 95 OBS. That is here, 95 OBS. And you have the thing that you need to run. You can run this, well not yet, but you have it there. But you have this demo Win95. We can go import that. Select this path. We're in Python 95 OBS, demo Win95. There we go, cool. Then we're going to go over to demo Win95. We get all this, but it's going to say, oh, hey, you don't have these files. So it's going to say up, you need to go select some files. And so you'd hit there, bottom right, select folder, or like the little 3 dots. You know what, I'm going to quickly do something. One sec. Okay, I've quickly made something that no longer exists. So you can click check for missing files. Here, search folder, and Joe files, 95 OBS, applications, data files, select. And you'll get everything you need with that, and you're all good to go. Within this, you can do whatever you want. You go to desktop, right click, open projector view, and select your main monitor. It had the @00 at the end. You can click that and you should get a full screen in your main monitor. Once this is done, you can go run that file. Back out of this, back out of that. You can go run this file. Once this is running, everything should work, hopefully. And off you go. That should be all the demos, and that should be everything set up. And now, hopefully all that works. If not, let me know and we'll fix it. You can write a comment on this Twitter post, or you can go to the Ko-Fi thing, just direct message me. I think it has that. If not, direct message me somewhere, and I'll get back to you on that. Okay, I hope that's everything. I have one last thing to go over. This is the one last thing, one more thing, final thing. It's another really cool thing that I should have showed at the start, but we'll do it now. Really cool. This is insane. This is the most craziest thing ever. This is just to make sure, in case people are skipping ahead, they see this. It's like, yo, it's not over yet. I know we've just done all that, but it's still here. And that is this. This is using a JavaScript version of that JFX WebSocket.py. And here we are doing a nice little thing. I'm just going to go remove that and show you this. And so look at this. This is from the Street Fighter 6 tournament I did with LOL Tyler 1. I made this within a day using some of the old code that I made the original replay tool with, but it's really cool. I have it unmuted now and I can play this out. And you know what? I'm going to go put my headset on and I am going to switch it on. I'm going to let you hear my computer audio. There we go. Let's see how loud this is. Hold on. Let's turn it down a little bit, actually. Play it out. Okay, I think the computer's spinning up the hard drive that this is installed on. I just heard my computer make a little whirring sound, so hopefully I'm still hearing the hard drive whir on the other computer. Hold on. Is it up yet? There we go. Okay, hard drive's up. You can see that? I can play pause now. You shouldn't put replays on hard drives, but you know what? That shows you how good this is, because this is running off a hard drive and it's working quite well. And so let's try and take a listen here. Turn this up. What about the game? Is it the game audio? Let me go see why I don't hear anything. One sec. All right, it's fixed. We can hear it now. You can hear it too. And you want to know what the problem was? Well, let me show you actually, because on the other computer, I am running this. Oh, I can't do that because I'm going to hold on this and then this. Damn, it's not... Okay, sorry, hold on. Give me some... You know what? I'm just going to focus on this and then I'll show you that later. Disconnect from this. But basically, I run some Python code on the other computer that syncs the audio with the video. And so here it is. What does it do? Well, it's like a YouTube video. We can rewind it. Okay, we can play it out. Pause it. And we do what we want. But now, we have the game audio. But once if you want to hear the casters, switch them on. Oh, that's the video feed. Let's turn on the audio.
Try to tech it. So Punk whipped his own diaphragm.
Wow, he can walk out of range. We got the counter hit.
And now this is high quality, by the way. I just want to pause it. Like, this is very high quality video that comes through. It's just because it's getting sent to
He didn't go for the level 3.
This is so someone else can receive this. Their side, we shouldn't have good internet.
Yeah, he wants to keep the threat of the level 3 and kill with it, but...
We can switch off the casters. We can switch on a player camera. The player left is talking now. We can switch on their video if you want.
Oh, good job.
There you go. You can just have their audio. You can have the player's right audio, but I don't know if they're on it. They're on it too there. And you can see how you can set this all up. I got B to bring both on. And bring the casters back on.
No, that was hit out of the air, so Punk was able to land and punish Typhone right there.
Pick the casters.
Oh, again, just...
Tell you what, I can go pick Tyler, see if he'll have an interesting reaction. He loves this game right now. You see, it's very easy to get full replays of everything. And you can do anything with this. If I go and connect back to this computer, I bring this over here, and I can go select the other display. This one. I'm just going to mute this. I'm going to go to my OBS. That was a code, by the way, and you can see here, this has all the stuff in it.
This guy, Punk, seems like he's such an annoying player.
There you go. You can easily
he doesn't
pick who
go
you want.
down. It's what's, I bet Diaphragm.
And I can mute it by this. And then here, you can pick anything. You can choose what you want on the screen. You can pick Tyler. You can have him anywhere you want. And you can have, like, player right, put them anywhere, but there's no player right at the moment. You can go to, like, the both scene, left scene. This is, like, an interesting thing. You can get everything on full screen. You can see I can zoom in, look at the quality. It says you can pick whatever you want to show. You can hear whatever you want to hear. And that's just what I wanted to get to and show. So hopefully you get the idea of how powerful this can be. And yep, that's pretty much it. You can set yourself up for the OBS stuff. You can see my cat's getting quite comfy over there. And there you go. Long video, and I know it got a bit derailed near the end, but hope you had fun, and I hope you watched everything because there's a lot to this. And let me know how those demos go, and try to create your own programs. It should be very easy to do, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, bye-bye.